So, hey guys. So, basically, I've been trying to figure out what's been bugging Jerry for weeks and weeks. I was trying to figure out what he's upset about. You know, although he's heard of it, he really doesn't really have any idea how telling a person's facial expressions are. And he's been angry for a while, didn't want to tell me about it. And so I was probing, which was making it worse. So, this is 80 pounds, by the way, on each side. So, a couple of days ago, I come home from work, and I don't know if he'd had a bad day or what, but as it is with people who don't let things out, they let it build up. He had a long list and made some pretty nasty statements, and basically I don't feel comfortable here anymore. So, basically what he said was that my stuff was in his way, which is this stuff behind the Bowflex. It's mostly boat projects and my backpack for camping. Ever since I moved in here, I've collected up this pile of projects. It's the only space I have really in the house other than in my little tiny bedroom, which this won't fit in there because I don't have a closet. It's all his stuff in the closet, or previous roommate stuff maybe. So basically he said that he's not comfortable in his own home, and it's because my cats, he can't walk around without having problems, which is the dogs, the vacuum, the stuff in the back here, which all this is folded right up against here when I finish working out. But he said his friends won't come over because of my pets. And, you know, I kind of consider Jerry like my best friend. And so how can I live with him if my living with him stops his friends from coming over and he's not comfortable in his own home? And even though he's not kicking me out, I don't really have anywhere else to go. I mean, you all know.
Welcome. Command, please.
Talking clock. Cancel.
The alarm is off.
I sold the mobile home and intended to move to the boat last year, a year and 3 weeks ago. And I quit my job, I sold everything I had, including where I live, including my home. And Jerry offered to let me stay here when my boss begged me to come back. And it's good income, it's a good job. I've had it for years. He gave me a raise, and that made it even better. So I agreed to come move in with Jerry and try to help him clean up his own heaps. You know, he knows where everything is in all this, but it's been like this for years. This is how he lives. And so, I mean, if it's his organizational method, it's fine, but he said he wanted help with it. I can't rearrange his stuff when he's not here or helping. So I'm stuck with the things that I can do when he's not here so that I can try to feel like I'm pulling my weight. And that's the garden and yard work, mowing the lawn and cleaning up after the dogs and vacuuming the house. And I've scrubbed every wall in this entire place, cleaned the bathroom a couple times. So those of you who know the current me know that I've gone to pretty much minimalism and put all my money into that boat, and they won't let me live on it there. California just won't allow it. Take 2 or 3 years to get a permit. Then you have to find a marina that'll let you in. Most of the marinas don't allow liveaboard. So, being here, the goal's been to get enough money together to re-rig the boat so that I can move it up to Seattle, Bellingham, you know, somewhere along between the two. There's a ton of jobs, they're all over Craigslist. They actually pay a starting wage that's the same as my 11 years in wage here. So I can afford to live out there on my boat. I just, you know, I can't afford to live there without my boat, and I can't afford to get my boat there because it needs rigging and it's not safe to sail. Yeah. So, those of you who know me know that I've always been kind of against getting on Facebook. But kind of in a bind, so signed up for this GoFundMe thing. And I don't like doing that kind of thing either. Basically, I need a hand. I might be sleeping in my tent in a couple of months, if it even takes that long for it to happen. Positive is, my coworker quit because he thinks the company's going to lose their ass any day. And that means that until the company actually falls apart, I get to have overtime, or if they pull it out, I suppose, and that would work for me too. So, 90 pounds. This one will be good for when I'm pulling rope, bringing a sail, raise a sail. Having hundreds of boats or something do a, doing a, what is that, Lake Powell, I think, where they have the huge parties in the middle of sandbarge in the middle of nowhere. Same kind of a thing, but a huge raft of boats tied together in the middle of the ocean doing the same kind of a thing. Just building a plastic man out of garbage. To me, somebody's going to do something. Right now, all I see is people staring at it and studying it. They need to start getting it out. But what am I going to do now? Turn this down to 70. Maybe I'll go to 65 because I have a hard time doing crunches at 70. My thought is to just go onto that and see if I could get some crowdfunding. It turns out that I can't get any publicity without some sort of networking site. And really the only one is Facebook. So I had to sign up for Facebook. I'm not sure what I think of that. Tell you, those fixed my back better than anything else ever has. All the stomach exercises have fixed my lower back and mid back too. That pulling one can cause me some pain right through here, through muscle spasms, but only if I overdo it. But so that's what I ask. I don't want to ask for a handout from anybody. Everybody that knows me knows that. But it's coming up on a point where I'm either going to have to move into a tent in the woods or go out and illegally live on my boat in San Francisco. And there are barely any jobs except in the South Bay, and my boat is too deep a keel to fit in the South Bay. The South Bay is only a couple feet deep. So we're talking 1 to 2 hour drive in some cases, depending on which cove I happen to anchor in that week. Because you can only stay in any given anchorage for a couple days, sometimes only one. And I just can't see how I can make it work there the way that the laws are set up. So even though I'd never planned on moving to or living in Seattle. They're very boat friendly, and there are lots of jobs. Any help anybody can give me. I said $20,000 because that would give me some income towards the actual festival after I got the boat moved. And I kind of don't, I don't need it to be quite that high just because I'll be adding to it at a couple $1,000s a month until I'm out of here. But I got to do something, and I can't wear on Jerry, and I can't be his, can't be a burden to the guy. I came here to be a help, and if I'm not helping, I should leave and let him be happy in his own house. And so, my job possibly failing, and now all of a sudden this is happening with Jerry. There's not much else that I can do except to, ask for help and try to make it happen on my own as fast as I can. I've got $1,000 from my last paycheck. I'll, after the few bills I had to pay, my next check is going to have a bunch of overtime on it. So other than paying the boat slip fees and my insurance on the boat and the car, I'll be able to get a transmission finally in the truck by a competent transmission guy. Although I'm thinking I might take it back to the guy the incompetent transmission guy, and see if he can do a good job on it before I file against him in court. And if he did do a decent job, I'd have that nearly $3,000 in my pocket, like that. And so, I'm just being frank, this is what I am. And this is what I'm having my troubles with. Anyway, thanks for any help that you can give. And there'll, I hope, be a link. I'm not sure how to put a link on eBay, or on YouTube from Facebook, or Facebook from YouTube. They don't seem to like each other all that much for some reason. Anyway, thanks. Bye.